Was this his first game win for the Ling last, or not? I guess not last week, but was it week 6, or was it week 5?
We'll double check on that.
'Cause I know when it did come up, you know, it's one of those rare picks, and it managed to go ahead and get a win at some point.
Yeah, I think it was Kyle T.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think it was.
Wasn't it?
It's one of those fringe picks that, you know, right job, right tool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. And Doru this time around is going to have to really rely on the support of the team, too, because that's what we were talking about. You know, if you get behind, then, yeah, you're kind of left to the devices of just pushing on the opposite end of the map or the sides of the map here.
I like how Escalera's actually been playing this. He's really checking the rotation of the Ling. It's not stopping anything, but it's at least giving the information of, okay, this is where Andoryu is. You can be a little bit more aggressive in lane outplay, go ahead. And he can afford to position himself in that area. The positioning of Omega shows that Andoryu is probably just hovering around this orange buff. So Twisted Minds have been keeping this Ling in check, and that's really mainly because of Escalera.
That's kind of all they have to do. You know, the Turtle's up. We've seen Twisted Minds do this just to, you know, very routinely at this point in the series where they go ahead and know their timing's really well in the first turtle. It is up, and Doru, though, is going to be forced.
Look at the back line here. Escalera coming through. The steal by Andoryu. AOG by Lewis covering the exit. James is trapped. First blood drawn by Ukir. That was all Omega.
Yeah, the big difference maker was that Hajizi was not level 4 yet. Ukir already had his ultimate, and without a real-world manipulation, Twisted Minds had to leave James behind. So still a good call by Twisted Minds that they only lost James, but even better by Andoryu, the fact that he was still able to steal that turtle away.
Yeah, I'm surprised he was actually able to go ahead and get that. Oh, already burned that flicker.
Another odd angle by Escalera. This could have happened earlier, but now, for sure it's going to happen. A Super Yoshi gets him with a Toonami slam.
That's a whole lot of utility that we got to see earlier in the series, too. This Jushin paired with a Kalea, really hard to escape from. I mean, most likely you're going to either burn a battle spell or something, and then even then, you're still probably going to get caught. So early on, that's a really devastating combination to work against.
Okay, so the goal difference already growing one for the mid lane. The Jushin, the spot that you want to be in if you are the Jushin. So let's see if Twisted Minds are going to be waiting up until Hajizi gets his first item and then commit a big all-in team fight. Because even though Hajizi has his ultimate, up until he gets that glowing wand, they shouldn't be team fighting too heavily, considering that Omega already got a pretty good win early on. So yeah, no glowing wand just yet for him. Although it's also going to be taking a while for the glowing wand for the Jushin.
Yeah, that's okay though. Again, at this point, a little bit of slower pace for Twisted Minds. We've been talking about how in this series so far, they have been controlling a lot of this early game, and right now, this is what we wanted to see. I mean, we were saying, hey, we got to see Smart Omega get control early game and see exactly what they do with it, and that's what they're doing here against MP the King. They take his purple.
Nothing that Twisted Minds can do here on many different fronts. Outplayed here, gets caught out. Toonami slam towards his allies. Super Yoshi secures one. AOG by Lewis to reposition. MP the King can't finish the job on Joom. He barely dodges Ukir. And look at the back. Escalera catches Super Yoshi underneath tier 1 down bottom. And Yoshi drops. Step of the blades. Takes down MP the King. Takes down Hajizi. The Barangay are calling it quits. Game 3, they have woken up.
Everything is falling apart for Twisted Minds, while Barangay Smart Omega can be very happy with how the first 5 minutes of this game has went, because now the timing, the window for Twisted Minds is so much later into the game. There's already a considerable lead building for the Granger. A considerable lead locked in for the Jushin. Ukir has been key for Omega in this game number 3.
Yeah, Ukir doing a phenomenal job. That's going to be the turtle secured now, and Doru gets that. And, you know, again, we saw a preview of those stats earlier between Hajizi and Ukir, and Ukir is one of those jungler, or one of those mid laners that kind of flies under the radar a little bit, you know, from game to game or series to series that we see from Smart Omega, but he's aggressive with it, especially if he's, you know, playing a hero like the Jushin here. So now as they rotate down, they're going to be looking to put pressure now in the bottom lane.
Oh, defending this tier 1 down bottom. Lewis forced out of position. Super Yoshi and Joan backing off. But look at the top lane. This is that sharp edge of what a Link could do when they are on the offense. They can just attack from many different angles, and there's nothing the opponents can do. Nothing Twisted Minds could do.
Yeah, and Omega have secured their checklist, their conditions for the first 5 to 6 minutes of the game. They got Jom out of lane first. They got in the first 2 turtles. They've already broke the side lane towers. Everything's going well for Omega. Despite the struggles for the early to mid game in games 1 and 2, they've locked this in. And I think even at the point where if Omega suffer an error for Turtle 3 or Lord 1, they should have enough of a cushion to keep it within range of just winning another team fight or skirmish to get the game back.
Yeah, this is the best, I feel like, start or early game that we've seen Smart Omega in some time, actually.
Oh, MP?
MP could be in trouble.
Oh, the orange just barely secured by MP. Fade away retribution. Look at the back line, though. Here comes Escalera and James. 2 get caught out. Yoshi and Ukir.
Oh!
Look at that jump in. Jom in trouble, though. Escalera looking to finish him off. Crimson Beacon by Ukir. Down goes Escalera, the punish by Big J. James caught out between 5 members.
They're trying
to take down Jom. Big J walks away from 2 assassination attempts.
I can't believe Jom survived all of that. Phenomenal positioning from him.
Call him Jom Castro at this point. You can't get him no matter how many times you try. The protection provided not just by Ukir, although Ukir was my star there, but by everyone from Omega. It's like El Comandante is in trouble, protect him.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing that if you talk about Smart Omega from you know, week to week, a lot of the times it's being able to activate Jom, allow him to have that space, and because the early game allowed Ukir to be where he is on this Jushin, and he's got that little extra layer of opportunity and protection too because of the Kalea. It allows you to move around the way Jom is. So this is a whole lot in favor of Smart Omega right now. All 3 turtles.
Oh! That is a tsunami slam catching Escalera on guard. Another kill for Big J. Call him J Grande.
Omega things just cannot get any better, but they probably will with all of the waves that they have marching in, the aggression that they're showing, and Andoryu versus MP.
Down bottom. That's a steal. Grand Theft Orange. Highway robbery. Andoryu.
Andoryu, he's got some revenge because of what he had to experience the last game. I mean, he was basically just dismantled on the Hellcurt, but this time he's got some vengeance now against Twisted Minds.
There's no way Omega doesn't take down this turret.
Yeah.
They can take it slow now. That cushion you were talking about, Redmar, has grown so big.
Yeah.
It's literally 3 mattresses worth. They can just throw bodies.
Yoshi!
In comes Yoshi! And the collapse Escalera comes through, but it's too late. MP gets taken out by Andoryu. Down goes Lewis. Look at the back line. Outplayed goes down Escalera. 2 for the trade. That's a wipeout. A maniac by Andoryu.
It's a nightmare for Twisted Minds as the nightmare gets 4, and Omega might get game 3.
Oh, they're going to be able to push this turret down at least. They still have a couple seconds. Outplayed will be up, but that might be all they get. But Smart Omega, 10,000 gold ahead. Lord for the taking. And it looks like Andoryu will go ahead and give the call to just split this. But look at what Twisted Minds might do here. They can't actually maybe even contest this, but this is the replay. This was a great setup. Again, even with everything that they were able to throw at them here, they just get collapsed down, and the damage from Andoryu is so much.
Dude, Twisted Minds were outgunned. Yeah. I think they thought that the positioning and shocking Omega into that fight would have been enough, but no, not when you're down 7K, 8K.
Yeah, at that point, that was just item diff. Twisted Minds, if the gold lead was a little bit closer, oh, that would have been so bad for Omega. But the fact that Omega, again, has a very massive cushion right now, so many more items, that even though that they got out-executed in some regard, they're like, this is fine. We have way more items than you. We can survive longer than you. And in the punish, we can chase you down. Twisted Minds had to spend so much just to get, what, those 2 kills? While Omega, they still had ultimates ready for the late clapback.
And Omega are in the base. Lord up top. Wave in mid. Twisted Minds are holding on for dear life. Envy the King with the Holy Crystal. I wonder if this is enough.
Conceal
Yoshi coming in with the conceal and the tsunami slam. Down goes Escalera. Real revelation. Look at the back line. Antonio going hunting. Down goes outplayed. Down goes James. That's all she wrote. The Barangay take game 3 and the series.